Hello and welcome to the Cricketers preview of the first World Cup semi-final between India and New Zealand from Old Trafford. Now I've got the reporter Nick Friend with me to talk about the game. Nick, India went through top of the group. Does that make them favourites for the competition?
I think it certainly makes them favourites going into Tuesday. I mean, obviously New Zealand sort of limped their way through their final few games, sort of possibly lost all momentum they had from beforehand, whereas India with Rohit Sharma in sort of prime form, Virat Kohli was still without 100 in this competition, but we know what he can do. Likewise with MS Dhoni, who's not necessarily fired so far. And then of course probably the standout bowler of the competition, Jasprit Bumrah. They'll certainly fancy themselves. They've looked excellent, they've sort of improved as they've gone on, I feel. But there's not really been that complete performance yet from them, and I think they'll, as a big game team, as a team that knows how to win these tournaments, will look at as this next week, as Tuesday especially at Old Trafford, as their chance to really push themselves through to the final. As
you say, New Zealand lost the last three, lost a lot of momentum, and people seem to be already writing them off. I mean, how fair is that, do you feel?
They've had an interesting tournament, haven't they? Because they made the most of that start against Sri Lanka, then Afghanistan, two very convincing wins that possibly made everyone think that they were going to be here to stay, and I guess obviously Martin Guptill started very well, hasn't really scored a run since. Colin Munro's fallen out the side since then as well. Their batsmen have struggled, barring Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor to a lesser extent, and their bowling's been very reliant on, I guess, the guys that we know that perform so well. And the bowlers really have sort of dragged them through this so far to an extent. They could do with their batsmen helping Kane Williamson out. They could also do with Lockie Ferguson come back from that hamstring injury as well. But they'll fancy themselves. They'll know their two games from World Cup glory. Win the next two games, win on Tuesday, win on Sunday, you're world champions.
And I'm going to put you on the spot. You fancy India for this one?
I do, but as I say, two wins on the spot, two wins on the trot for New Zealand, and you're world champions. So I'm going to sit on the fence very happily. If India make their runs, they'll back themselves to defend them. But equally, if New Zealand can get runs on the ball with Kane Williamson, especially, their bowlers have fired so far. No reason why they can't do that again.